What's up everyone and welcome. In this episode, we are going to talk about a zero-day vulnerability in Microsoft's MSHTML.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
Both Microsoft and federal cybersecurity officials are urging organizations to use mitigations to combat a zero-day remote control execution vulnerability in Windows that allows attackers to craft malicious Microsoft Office documents. Microsoft has not revealed much about the MSHTML bug tracked as CVE 2021-40444 beyond that it is aware of targeted attacks that attempt to exploit this vulnerability by using specially crafted Microsoft Office documents, according to an advisory released on Tuesday.
Of course, everything's under control.
Don't push me down in a box, Babbitt. Please don't do it.
However, it's serious enough that the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency released an advisory of its own, alerting users and administrators to the vulnerability and recommending that they use the mitigations and workarounds Microsoft recommends. The vulnerability allows an attacker to craft a malicious ActiveX control that can be used by a Microsoft Office document that hosts the browser rendering engine, according to Microsoft. The attacker would then have to convince the user to open the malicious document for an attack to be successful, the company said.
Matter now.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Well, I'll let you out then.
Moreover, users whose accounts are configured to have fewer user rights on the system could be less impacted than users who operate with administrative user rights, according to the advisory. Though Microsoft is still investigating the vulnerability, it could prove to go beyond affecting just Microsoft Office documents due to the ubiquitous use of MSHTML on Windows, warned Jake Williams, co-founder and CTO at incident response firm BreachQuest. If you've ever opened an application that seemingly magically knows your proxy settings, that's likely because it uses MSHTML under the hood, he said in an email to ThreatPost. Vulnerabilities like these tend to have extremely long lifetimes for exploitation in the wild. Even if the vulnerability's reach does not go beyond Office documents, its presence and the fact that attackers are already trying to exploit are worrisome enough for organizations to take immediate action, noted another security professional. Malicious Office documents are a popular tactic with cybercriminals and state-sponsored threat actors, and the vulnerability gives them more direct exploitation of a system than the usual, tricking users to disable security controls, observed John Bambanek, principal threat hunter at digital IT and security operations firm Netenrich. As this is already being exploited, immediate patching should be done, he advised. However, this is a stark reminder that in 2021 we still can't send documents from point A to point B securely.
How many times do I have to tell you to shut up?
Microsoft has offered some advice for organizations affected by the vulnerability. First, discovered by Rick Cole of the Microsoft Security Response Team, Hefe Lee of Expmon, and Danesh Kishakanan, Bryce Abdo, and Jean-Louis Zhang of Mandiant, until it can offer its own security update. That may come in the form of a Patch Tuesday fix or an out-of-band patch, depending on what researchers discover, the company said. Until then, customers should keep anti-malware products up to date, though those who use automatic updates don't need to take that action now, Microsoft said. For enterprise customers who manage updates, they should select the detection build 1.349.22.0 or newer and deploy it across their environments, the company added. Workarounds for the flaw include disabling the installation of all ActiveX controls in Internet Explorer, which mitigates a potential attack, according to Microsoft. This can be accomplished for all sites by updating the registry, the company said in its advisory. Previously installed ActiveX controls will continue to run, but do not expose this vulnerability. However, Microsoft warned organizations to take care when using the registry editor, because doing so incorrectly can cause serious problems that may require you to reinstall your entire operating system. Use the registry editor at your own risk, the company advised.
I'll save you. Where are you? Speak to me! Speak to me! Come on, stop your clowning. What's the matter with you? Aren't you ashamed?
I don't know.
Why do you do these things?
I'm a bad pussycat.
So, what did we learn? There's a dangerous zero-day bug in Microsoft Documents, and potentially others that also rely on MSHTML, which attackers are actively exploiting to infect users' computers. So they'll send you a Microsoft file, like a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet, let's say an invoice, or here's my resume, and they want you to open it. When you open it, it'll trigger a specially crafted ActiveX control that gets installed into Internet Explorer, into the registry, which relies on MSHTML to gain access, the same sort of user privilege rights as your logged in user, to then penetrate your system. Now, what can you do? Microsoft and other security experts advise hacking your registry to disable the installation of all ActiveX controls on Internet Explorer. But wouldn't it make more sense and be a lot easier for the average person to just deinstall Internet Explorer altogether? I mean, yeah, just temporarily, of course, temporarily. But doesn't that make sense? Who would recommend that? Of course, certainly not the company that developed it, no. But you would think that if there is no Internet Explorer, then there is no ActiveX controls for Internet Explorer, and trying to create one would come back with an error, which would mitigate this entire issue without having to hack your registry and potentially do damage if you don't know what you're doing, and then have to reinstall your entire operating system. With that, I say thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.